everyone, welcome to New Bear. Today we're going to make interlocking rings. This is a single shuttle technique. We start with a normal ring. For this sample I'm working a count of 12 picot 12. Before we close the ring, we're going to come from underneath and pass the shuttle up through the open ring. Grab the shuttle thread that's closer to the ring and pull your ring closed. Place the remaining loop over your hand. Make sure that the thread coming from your ring is on the top. Our shuttle thread is going to be, get rid of that tail, behind the loop that's now around our hand. We just need to pass that back through. The shuttle thread should slide through the center of the ring. Before we start the next ring, we need to leave a small bare thread space between the rings. This will be hidden when the rings overlap. So the bare thread space allows our rings to sit nicely and not bunch up. If the bare thread space isn't there or it's too small, the rings are going to kind of stack up together. They won't look like individual rings. So in saying that, we don't want a huge bare thread space either. Somewhere around 1 mil is good. So we make bare thread space. We work the next ring of 12 picot 12. Okay, that's what our second ring is looking like at the moment. Pass your shuttle up through the open ring and pull your second ring closed. Now you might have noticed as I pulled my second ring closed, my first ring is wanting to twist and dance around. When you have a few rings, the order of the rings can get jumbled up and be quite confusing to straighten out, especially if you're new to interlocking rings. Something that I've found helpful is to clip the rings together as I make them. So this keeps them in order and makes it much easier for me to know where I'm at. These are known as wonder clips. They're used in sewing as an alternative to pins. Quilters use them quite a lot. They're often used when working with many thicknesses of fabric, especially heavyweight fabrics, as well as vinyls, plastics, etc. So they're available in some craft stores. Unless you have a larger store near you, they're probably easier to find online. So you don't need to use these at all, but I find them quite handy. So we're going to pop our loop back on our hand. Make sure that your threads aren't crossed over. Once again, our top thread is coming from the base of the ring we just closed. The bottom thread should pass through the center of the closed ring and slide. So leave your small bare thread space and start your next ring. Work all your rings in this way except for the last one. Our last ring needs to interlock with the first ring. So I'll come back. We'll do that in a sec. Okay, I'm going to have 6 interlocking rings when I'm finished. I've just completed my 5th ring. When I close this ring, I close it as a normal ring. I didn't pass my shuttle up through the center before I closed it. It's just a normal ring. We have the very first ring that we made through to our second last ring. I've also cut my shuttle off, so leave yourself a nice long piece of thread needs to be long enough for us to make our last ring. If you're not using clips, make sure your rings are in the right position and are all overlapping correctly. Take the thread from the base of your second last ring, bring it around your hand and under the first ring. Use a crochet hook to pull that thread up through the ring. Now place the thread under the last ring. It also needs to go under this thread. So pull that through there and then pull it up through the last ring. We're ready to work our final ring. You can finger tat this if you like. I prefer to attach the end of my thread to an empty shuttle. I just find it less fiddly than finger tatting, but do what works for you. When you finish your stitches, remove your shuttle and pull your ring closed. You might still need to have a play to arrange your rings nicely, but that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.